Hey Manny, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Thomas.
Hey Manny, I'm really excited today to talk about the labor report that came from Anthropic. Did you get a chance to see it?
Yes, I did.
So I know that AI is coming to replace a lot of jobs, but the question is what job is going to be replaced, and who's going to be replaced, and when it's going to be replaced. So this study is very, very important.
Yes, it is. And a lot of results I'm surprised with. So I would like to hear from you.
Okay. So I think first, before I dive into it, they came with this concept of the observed exposure with the theoretical capability. So theoretical capability is that AI can replace 90% of the software programming, but observed is actually in the field, it's only 30%. So this
Right.
is very important to know the concept between these two.
hmm Yes. So if people don't know, how would you explain it? Theoretical versus.
Yeah, in simple terms, you have to look at any job right
Mhm.
now today
Right.
and see that how much AI can replace. Like,
Okay.
for example, software engineering, AI can do 80 to 90% of the programming.
But is that the real number?
In the real
That's
number,
what we're talking
yeah.
about. Okay.
So the observed exposure is the actual
Mhm.
exposure that is happening right now.
Okay.
But it also shows the power of AI. AI
Mhm.
can do so much work, but today it's only done 30%, but it not might not be remaining the same in the future. In the
But it will catch up.
It'll catch up.
Will
So,
catch
so,
up.
so that's the question. And so also this kind of deep dives into what are the areas going to catch up faster
hmm
and what are the areas is going to impact significantly. So,
Okay.
so that's a key takeaway from this report. So I think, as I said earlier, anything with to do with white collar, that is where I think significantly is going to be impacted. So
Okay.
they have given bunch of diagrams. I think one of the things that is really, really shocking is the demographics breakdown of the exposure. So which workers are highly exposed and what roles are? Traditionally, we thought AI is going to come for the blue collar work, but it's going to go for the golden collar or the white collar. And most likely it's going to be female who are highly educated, masters, PhD, and also the top earners, 25% of the earners.
Okay. Wow. That's good.
Yeah, I think
Not good, but I mean, that's good to know.
good. So the thing is that it's going to be a top-down disruptor because
Yes.
if you see, and as we work every day with AI, do programming, research, you do spreadsheet,
hmm
and typically all this stuff which requires a master's degree or college degree or in finance, all that stuff can be done with AI. So it is
Correct.
it's still not
That makes
whenever
sense.
there is a person involved with customer service, where is a human involved, then it's going to be taking some more time. Or even, for example, a newscaster, news reporter, who's sitting in the desk and doing news will be replaced. But someone is going out in the field and interacting with you
Correct.
is going to take some more time. So
hmm
that is very important to know the demographics. There's a beautiful chart. I think I kind of took the chart what they had and kind of modified it to reflect it much more. So that kind of gives you into all the different professionals amount of AI exposure.
So let's talk about just the top two categories in this chart
Yeah, the top two are, as we say, legal and business and finance.
because the LLMs are more trained on these two
Train on these
things.
things, and it can get to your job.
hmm
And also for
But
each.
legal, we just need. Will the
No, I think the number of
how much confidence if I am using legal, right? How much
no.
confidence I will have in those answers from large language models?
So it's not a question of are we going to eliminate the lawyers, but what is happening is typically law firms hire a lot of junior lawyers to do a lot of research work. Hey, go get me this case on what happened before in Supreme Court or this. So all that grunt work is done by AI. So the partners can directly ask.
You mean
"Hey,"
paralegal work?
exactly, parallel work can be done by the lawyers. So that is what it is.
Mhm.
So this chart also, I think one is very important is to dive into. This also, as I said earlier, gives both the theoretical AI coverage with the observed AI
yeah.
coverage. So that is very
And
important.
observed is literally 1/3 of almost in every category.
Yes, for now. So that's a big question. For right now,
How long you think it will take for observe to catch up to the theoretical?
It depends on the professional. As I said earlier, it's going to vary by professional. And so a lot of the white collar jobs, it'll going to go faster. But when there is a lot of human touch required, it's going to take some more time.
Makes sense.
Okay. And also, what happens is, what is the impact on hiring with unemployment? Okay. So the good news is that AI has not taken a job yet. I think
Mhm.
only thing is that
I
I've
agree.
seen is that there's a kind of 14% drop in young people finding jobs, especially fresh college graduates aged to 25, because they are taken by AI, or they're not trying to replace those jobs.
Mhm.
So the people who are senior are there. So, but we are not seeing mass layoff yet. But companies are not firing the senior staff, but they're not hiring junior workers. So that is what is happening right now.
So
And
junior workers are affected. So how will that? I mean, that 14% number, do you think is going to grow, or what can these junior workers do so that number doesn't drop any further, because that could be a problem for the economy, especially for the junior workers.
yeah, I think it's kind of sad state because they go to college and spend get a degree, and they spend anywhere between $100 to $200,000 in student loan debt. And I think the government has to intervene and do something. And most importantly, I think also there's a lot of opportunities in abundance with AI. And if you have some ideas, you can definitely build companies, start companies, but it has to be something focused and something on a specific vertical. And again, if you just do a pure software, I don't think it's going to succeed because everyone can do that. There are millions of people are doing it. So it has to be something combined with software, wearable, hardware, or robotics, something which people can look into.
Yeah, I think one of the steps the colleges should do is not just prepare them for their major and minor, but also have them some kind of knowledge about AI adoption on every field. So when they come out, because AI is moving very fast. It has to be integrated. People need to know, and I think that's this responsibility falls on colleges as well, because they are the one who are educating them.
So this chart also gives you completely AI exposure, but highly impacted by occupation. So you can see that it starts with computer programmers and goes to customer service representatives. So like finally, it's just kind of all these white collar jobs. It's really QA, because I've been using Claude Code, and I want to test it. Like the scenario, I say ask it to do a test plan, it does it. Then I ask it to test it, does it. Then I ask it, hey, create 100 orders and take through the whole pipeline, it does it. Okay.
So how long does it take for 100 orders?
Again, these are e-commerce orders. It might take to create. The thing is, the beauty is that it creates the orders by the sample
And it
data.
just thinks of it, all the customer name and everything.
Yeah,
just
customer
fakes
name,
everything.
it fakes everything and does it.
Wow.
Then also it takes it to the, okay, then after the order's been there, after it's been purchased, go to the shipped, it's returned, look at all the scenarios and do it. So these are all testing jobs which people used to do, and all this can be automated. So
Yes.
that's where I think it's scary, and that's AI is already there in a lot of these spaces. So this chart gives you by an exposure by the occupation. So also one important thing which I really was surprised is that there's a labor forecast, Bureau of Labor Statistics. They have a 2034 growth projections. So this is very important. They say that for every 10% increase in exposure, the growth drops by 0.6%. If your job has the 10% exposure to the AI, it's going to be 0.6% decrease. So that is very important. So that is, again, I would highly recommend. I think this should be, one of the college, even if it's school, middle school, high school, as well as college, they need to kind of look through the report, the teachers, especially the counselors, and kind of talk to the students about it, because this is very clear.
That will be hard because those teachers don't know anything about it too. Either.
No, but at least they can interpret the results.
Right. I mean, not every teacher will know what I mean.
Yeah.
But It's like some of the teachers who are in that kind of industry, they need to uh, work with the other teachers. So the message is consistent across, passed on to the students.
Yeah. The key takeaway is that it is not only Anthropic's findings,
Mm-hmm.
but also the Bureau of Labor Statistics feel that the roles that are heavy AI influenced will see a stunted growth in the next
10
10 years.
years.
10
Yeah.
years. Okay. So, so then again, as I said earlier, the high exposure area is always software. The low exposure areas are like cashiers, nurses, elderly caretakers, dentists, where there's a high touch involved. They're going to be there. At least the automation is going to take some more time to
Mm-hmm.
take. So the
Yeah. Nursing is, I think, is not going away. Humans are going to need human touch. Uh, you know, that's not going away anywhere, I think.
yeah. So the overall, the trend is employment growth still downward, but occupation that specializes in specific skills, then that's going to still survive for a few decades.
Mm-hmm. Um, one thing I can say, like, all these areas that needs human touch, like you can say plumbers, electrician, and nurses, and uh, because everybody knows these charts. So what's gonna happen? There's gonna be an abundance of electricians, abundance of plumbers, abundance of everything. They're gonna be right now maybe they are hard to find, but it's gonna be very easy to find. And when there is a competition in that field, the prices will come down.
Yep. So I think the other thing is also that AI exposure does not mean automatically job loss. So there is software mostly at the entry level and mid level, but there are high level software people who are creating AIs, LLMs, and stuff. They have
There's gonna
opening
be growth. Yeah,
because you need to keep that thing running.
yeah, that needs
and
to grow.
and the middle ground is also like a lot of the electricians, and because all the data infrastructure required, that job is plumbing and electricity and all the stuff is
Mm-hmm.
it's
Agree.
it's growing significantly. That's a high ground, and the middle ground is that like lawyers, accountants are becoming more productive too, because I think if a law firm has you know 10 lawyers, and they can be more productive right now because with AI coming in, they can handle more clients, more cases, get more revenue.
Yeah,
So
but that means the good ones who are adopting AI will take more clients, and the ones who are not adopting, they may be out of business because um, productivity wise, they won't be able to compete with the others.
absolutely. And then the third part of the displacement zone is it's really customer service representatives, because we use WAPI and a couple of other 11 labs, and it's amazing because AI can talk and understand. People
Talk
don't, yeah,
talk in any language
any
too,
language. Yep.
with all the expressions. And yesterday I used Gemini, not Gemini. It's a Google Meet has translation features, and it's going to be translated in my voice. So if I'm speaking Hindi or English, you can hear it in Spanish or any other language in in my voice. And when I heard it, it was just unbelievable. I was talking to my Portuguese teacher. I'm learning Portuguese right now,
Uh-huh.
so he was talking to me in English in his own voice with his expressions. It's amazing.
And so one other thing also, this also is one more chart talks about who, which demographics are going to be really affected. Typically, it's going to be people with higher education and pay. So that's where I think it's going to start with.
Yeah.
And also kind of gender gap. I don't know why is that, but women are going to be more affected than men.
Yeah.
Because I think the reason is also Anthropic states that they are into most of this clerical, administrative, and health support, testing, a lot of the roles,
Yeah.
such a way that they can be easily replaced by AI.
Yeah.
So that is like 16% more points than men. That I was surprised. I didn't
What?
even expect that.
Mhm.
Then also, the racial demographics is very important. I think.
Yeah, I see that. It's
yeah.
11%
Likely
more
to-
than more likely to be white
Yeah.
and nearly twice likely to be Asian.
Yeah.
Wow.
So typically, all the manual labors and agriculture roles are going to be there. It's not going to be replaced. Yeah, I think we should start farming. So I think this chart also beautiful. I think Anthropic had a chart, but I took it and kind of modified it such a way that it clearly gives you between high and low exposure
Yeah.
workers based on the population. And also important is that the thing is that AI is not cause mass layoff yet. Today, if Amazon lays off some 10,000 people, probably it's not because of AI immediately, because of what is coming and also what they've hired during COVID time. You know? So like today, it's not there. Like it's also planning for the future. And a block
Correct.
fired 50% of staff. The company is not doing well. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's a kind of AI whitewash is done. Hey, I'm firing because of AI. But it probably like how you buy stock for the future. They're preparing their company for the future where they can
Correct.
do with
And-
less,
and-
more with less.
And it's the right strategy too. Otherwise, there's going to be a big spike in the unemployment right now. So if they do it gradually in steps, and I think that's the reason we haven't seen a big spike yet.
So, Manny, the key takeaway I think from this report is that one is that I think little biased because it's probably Anthropic data. It doesn't include Gemini and
Reasonable.
and ChatGPT, OpenAI. So, but still, I'm applaud Anthropic to put this report because people are. I think Dario is the one who's always talking about the labor squeeze and what's coming, because I think AI is going to have abundance, but there's going to be a point where it's going to be very, very, very tough and tumultuous till it crossed that line. So, if you lose your job and you're the low breadwinner for the family, it's not going to help. And you can say whatever, hey, 5 years from now, oh, we'll have abundance. That's not going to put food on the table for the family. So, I think the takeaway is that hiring has been slowed down for younger folks. So they need to figure out how to get into or start business or do something much more concrete. And companies are hiring, keeping the senior people and not hiring junior folks.
Correct.
These unemployment spike has not happened yet.
Yeah, the word is broken ladder. How do you, where the next generation cannot get the entry level experience needed to become the experts of tomorrow?
Yep. So that's kind of sad because if my kids start programming, I don't think they're going to start programming because AI is going to do that. Similarly, at least when you write an essay, they start with ChatGPT. So that's going to be that level of language, math skills are not going to be there in the next generations. So good.
Correct.
So thanks, Manny. This was very helpful. And
My pleasure,
yeah,
Thomas.
And
Thanks for having me.
hopefully we'll dive into more topics like this. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thank you.